Every year, around mid-October, the entire world goes through a $200 billion makeover. You know that specific feeling when you are walking down a street, wearing your favorite heavy sweater, holding a $6 pumpkin spice latte, and the trees look so perfect you actually wonder if you were living inside a movie filter? It is breathtaking. It is cozy. It is the ultimate background for your Instagram. But have you ever stopped to realize that what you are actually looking at is a massive, coordinated, biological evacuation? Those vibrant oranges and fiery reds are not just a pretty costume. They are the result of a ruthless survival strategy, a bit of chemical warfare, and a secret that has been hiding in plain sight all summer long. If you have ever wondered why leaves do not just turn brown and fall off, or why some years the colors are electric while other years they are just kind of muddy, you are about to see the forest in a way you never have before. Because the truth is, the tree is not dying. It is performing a high-stakes heist on its own body. Let us start with a lie we were all told in grade school. We are taught that as the weather gets cold, the leaves turn color. But here is the first twist. The leaves do not actually turn yellow and orange. They have been those colors the entire time. You just could not see them because of a very loud, very aggressive roommate. That roommate is chlorophyll. Think of chlorophyll as the hardworking type A personality of the plant world. Its only job is to eat sunlight and turn it into sugar. It is so good at its job that it floods the leaf with green pigment, totally drowning out everything else. If you took a green leaf in the middle of July and stripped away the chlorophyll, you would see the yellows and oranges staring back at you. These colors come from pigments called carotenoids. They are the exact same things that make carrots orange and corn yellow. They have been there since the leaf first budded in the spring, helping with photosynthesis behind the scenes. But as the days get shorter, the tree starts to realize something. The sun is getting weaker. The air is getting colder. And in the world of a tree, water is everything. A leaf is basically a giant solar panel that leaks water. If the tree keeps its leaves during a freezing winter, the water inside those leaves will freeze, the cells will burst, and the tree will lose all its precious moisture. So the tree decides to cut its losses. It stops paying the rent for the chlorophyll. As the green fades away, the yellow and orange carotenoids finally get their moment in the spotlight. This is the first layer of the mystery. It is a reveal, not a change. But that does not explain the reds. And that is where the story gets much, much weirder. Have you ever noticed a maple tree that is so red it looks like it is literally glowing? That color is not hidden. The tree has to work for it. It has to spend precious energy to manufacture a pigment called anthocyanin right at the very moment it is supposed to be shutting down for the winter. This has baffled scientists for decades. Why would a tree, which is trying to save energy, spend its last remaining resources to turn bright red right before throwing its leaves in the trash? It seems like a total waste of money. But it is not a waste. It is a shield. Imagine you are moving out of an apartment. You want to take your expensive TV and your nice furniture with you, right? You do not just leave them for the next tenant. The tree feels the same way about nitrogen and phosphorus. These are the gold and silver of the forest. The tree wants to pull those nutrients out of the leaf and back into the trunk before the leaf falls. But there is a problem. As the chlorophyll breaks down, the leaf becomes extremely sensitive to sunlight. If the sun hits those dying cells too hard, it creates toxic oxygen molecules that destroy the nutrients before the tree can suck them back in. So the tree produces red anthocyanins to act as a botanical sunscreen. The red pigment shades the leaf, keeping it just healthy enough for a few extra days so the tree can finish the heist. The redder the leaf, the more intense the tree is working to salvage its internal organs. It is a race against time. The tree is building a literal barrier to protect its loot. Now, if you want to know if this year is going to be a good year for leaf peeping, you have to look at the weather. But not in the way you think. People think a big cold snap makes the colors pop. That is actually a myth. If it gets too cold too fast, like a hard frost, it kills the leaf instantly, and everything just turns a dull, crunchy brown.
The secret recipe for a viral fall landscape is actually a very specific set of conditions. You need a succession of warm, sunny days and cool, crisp nights that stay above freezing. About 40 to 45 degrees is the sweet spot.
The sunny days keep the leaf making sugar, but the cool nights signal to the leaf that it is time to close up shop. The sugar gets trapped in the leaf, and that high sugar concentration is exactly what triggers the production of those deep, vibrant reds and purples. If it is a cloudy, rainy autumn, you are going to get a lot of yellow, but very little red. The world becomes a bit more monochromatic. But how does the leaf actually fall? It is not just the wind blowing it off. The tree actually murders the leaf. Now, seriously, at the base of every leaf stem, there is a special zone called the abscission layer. Think of it as a pre-cut line on a piece of paper. As the days shorten to around 12 hours of light, the tree begins to grow a layer of cork-like cells at that exact spot. This layer acts like a physical wall. It slowly cuts off the flow of water to the leaf and stops the flow of sugar back to the tree. Once that wall is complete, the leaf is held on by nothing but a few microscopic threads. At that point, a light breeze or even just the weight of a single raindrop is enough to snap it off. The tree has officially moved out. It has boarded up the windows, locked the doors, and left the leaf on the ground to rot. But even in death, the leaf has one final job. As it decomposes on the forest floor, it creates a layer of mulch that protects the tree's roots from the deep freeze of winter. It also breaks down back into the very nitrogen and phosphorus the tree will need to grow brand new leaves next spring. It is the ultimate zero-waste recycling program. Think about the scale of this for a second. We are talking about trillions of leaves all across the northern hemisphere, following this exact chemical script at the exact same time. It is a biological symphony. And the coolest part? Trees are better at sensing time than we are. Your phone knows it is fall because of a calendar, but a tree knows it is fall because it is measuring the literal nanoseconds of changing light through its bark and buds. There is a certain irony in it. We flock to the mountains and the parks to celebrate the beauty of the season. We take family photos and go on hikes to see the changing colors. But what we are really celebrating is a massive, calculated retreat. We are watching the trees go into a defensive crouch. The next time you are standing under a canopy of gold or fiery crimson, look closer. If the leaf is yellow, you are seeing its true hidden self that has been there all along. If the leaf is red, you are looking at a high-tech sunscreen. And if the leaf is on the ground, you are looking at the foundation for next year's growth. It makes you realize that fall is not really about things dying. It's about things letting go of what they no longer need so they can survive the hard times ahead. There is a lesson in that for all of us. Sometimes you have to shed your old layers and pull your resources back to your core just to make it through the winter. Every year, the forest gives us this incredible show for free, but it only lasts for about 2 weeks in any given spot. It is a reminder that beauty is often tied to transition. If the leaves stayed green all year, we would stop looking at them. The fact that they are essentially self-destructing is what makes them worth watching. Before you head out to grab another latte and crunch some leaves under your boots, I want to hear from you. We all have that one specific tree, maybe in your backyard, at your old school, or in a local park, that always turns the most incredible color. What kind of tree is it? And what color does it turn? Is it a glowing yellow ginkgo or a blood red maple? Let me know in the comments. If you found this deep dive into the science of autumn interesting, do us a favor and hit that like button. It really helps the channel grow. Share this video with that one friend who starts celebrating fall in August. And if you want to keep learning about the secret mechanics of the world around you, make sure to subscribe and turn on notifications so you never miss an episode. Thanks for watching and enjoy the show outside while it lasts.